Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's program. My name is Tunde Disu, and you are so welcome to be part of Become a Better Man. This is episode number 46. Can you believe that? Episode number 46 of Become a Better Man. Last week, we started looking at a topic on shyness, on why people are shy, what causes people to be shy. And one of the things we established was that being shy is, in most cases, a natural thing. It comes naturally. And over time, we all grow to learn how to overcome it, how to handle it, how to manage it, and to some degree, how to defeat the feeling of being shy, especially when it comes to social interaction. And one of the things we said last week was, when it comes to shyness, what is at stake really is social acceptance. How would people feel? What will people say? What would people think? And the truth is, we all go through this motion. We all have to process these questions of them say, they say, how they say it, and all of that. So it is natural for us to have that initial uncertainty about ourselves, but with time, with practice, with exposure, with more interaction, with being open to other things and other people, with changing environment, with upbringing and parental effects in our lives, and to some degree even our educational system, over time we all started learning how to overcome shyness. Musa Bako, thank you for joining me. Sister Katie Moideme, thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. So we established also last week some of the causes of why people are shy. What causes people to be shy? One of the things we said was where you were born, how you were born, in fact, the family that you grew up from. We also talked about the environment, the effect of the environment. We talked about the biological effect that we all had to pass through. We also spoke about the fact that exposure to social interaction at different stages of your life and my life also contributes to whether somebody will grow up to be a shy person or not. But then we came to the conclusion, or we crowned it all, by saying the biggest cause of shyness, the biggest contributor to why people are shy, the main reason that cripples people and envelop them in this cocoon of being shy, of shyness, is how you think. How you think. The Bible talks about, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And you will agree with me that most of the things that we deal with in life, most of the issues that we contend with, most of the situations that we find ourselves and we come out of or whatever, it comes down to what is going on between our ears, the way we think. The issue, in most cases, I have come to learn, is that the issue is not the problem. That is not saying the problem is not there. Obviously, it's there. The challenge is right in front of you. But the situation is not as critical, in most cases, not even as difficult as the way we think about it, as what we think about it. And then we graduate from thinking about it and we start talking about it. And the moment we start talking about it, number one, we've given it life. Number two, we've established it. Because It is what you say that you will have, not what they say. It is what you say about yourself. It is what you say about the situation. It is what you say about the environment. It is how you view and relate and confess about the challenge that will determine the outcome, in most cases, of your life regarding that particular challenge. So when it comes to the issue of shyness, the biggest cause of shyness, like we established last week, was how you think. How you think. And we also established that how you think is determined by a wrong perception, by a wrong belief, by the thought pattern, the negative thought patterns that says, they're looking at me, they're talking about me, oh, they're whispering about me, oh, I don't want to embarrass myself, I'd rather not. And before you know it, this spirit of shyness will sit on you and you can't do anything. But the reality is, number one, in most cases, people are not even thinking about you. They are not talking about you. They are not even whispering about you. They are so consumed in their own world that you are almost insignificant. Number two is the fact that even if they think that way about you, let us assume, let us agree that they think that way about you. What does that change in your life? It's their opinion. Their opinion does not change who you are as a person. And so when it comes to the issue of shyness, the first thing you must establish is, who am I? Who am I? Once you know who you are, other people's opinion, other people's expression of such opinion will matter little to you. When you become so self-conscious and so self-focused, you are exposing yourself to being captured by this issue of shyness. And so today we're going to be looking at how can somebody really conquer, defeat, and put asunder completely this spirit of shyness. Because the reality is this, ladies and gentlemen, you know it, I know it, we've all had to contend with it. Shyness has stopped a lot of people from fulfilling their God-given purpose, from reaching their goals, from getting the job of their dream, from negotiating the salary that they actually want, from living in an environment that they really want to be, from being who they want to be, from even dating the person that they truly and sincerely, heartily, really would love to spend the rest of their lives with. But because they are shy, they prevent themselves from being put in a position where they can really go for what they want in life. So the question I'm asking, the question I'd like to ask you and I today is, in what area have you allowed this issue of shyness to rob you, to stop you, to delay you, to derail you, to cause you irreparable damage in an area of your life? In some cases, it's to do with your job. Why would you allow this so-called I'm a shy person stop you from getting the job of your dream? You have the qualification. Maybe you even have the experience. But because you cannot bring yourself to sitting down in front of a panel at the interview, you refuse to go for the job that you should have. I hope the program tonight, as we look through some of the things that we can do to overcome shyness, I hope the program tonight will give you some tools that you can take away and start using to change the situation around your life concerning this issue of being shy. Ultimately, social interaction is about being vulnerable. Being vulnerable. Put yourself in a position where you are vulnerable. I have always said to people that the biggest price of friendship is vulnerability. The biggest price of friendship is vulnerability. What do I mean by that? When you say this person is your friend, when you allow somebody to come into your life to a deeper level than your acquaintances or your colleagues in the office, you are opening yourself up to that person on one hand. On the other hand, you are giving that person the permission, the license, the opportunity to hurt you, to disappoint you. And that is the price that we all pay as far as friendship is concerned. I remember Bob Marley said once that it is only your best friend that knows your secret. And it is only that your best friend that can reveal those secrets. And that is what I call vulnerability. So being shy and being socially anxious, it makes people to think that they will say something, or they will do something, or they will act a certain way that will cause an embarrassment to themselves and to the people around them. And in an attempt to avoid causing such embarrassment, what people who are shy, what they tend to do is to shut down and refuse to be in a position where they will interact with other people. The effect of wrongful thinking, which, like we said last week, is one of, if not another major cause of people being shy. The effect of wrongful thinking, or having a negative thought about yourself as far as social interaction is concerned, there are two effects, two major effects. Number one, when you have a faulty thinking, it makes you believe that social encounters, social interactions, relating to other people, meeting other people, especially strangers, it makes you think it is more stressful and more threatening than they actually are. But the reality is there is no threat. There is no stress except the one that you put on yourself, like we said last week. Because when you become self-focused and self-conscious, that is when you notice that your palm is sweating. Your heartbeat is moving at a faster rate. Suddenly, you can't even get your words out. And because you are now in that state, you try to overcompensate for it. And in the course of doing that, you even increase the symptoms. Now it's not just your palm that is sweating. Now your brows is also sweating. Now your words are all mumbled and jumbled together. Now you are even shaking. Your knees are quaking. Now you are causing more sin than it is, because you have become self-focused and self-conscious, all because of wrongful thinking. So the first effect of wrongful thinking, as far as this issue of being shy is concerned, is that it makes you think and feel that a social encounter, the interaction with other people, that it is more stressful and it is more threatening than they actually are. You know, it's like, I remember Joyce Meyer once said, the definition of fear is false evidence appearing real. And it's the same thing with this issue of being shy. It is the wrongful thought of, oh, I can't say that. I can't go there. I can't do this. I can't talk to them. I can't listen to that. I can't. And before you know it, you find yourself in a box. So that's the first one. There is a sense of dread. Just thinking about social interaction for people who are shy, there is a sense of dread that comes over them. And therefore, they avoid socializing, it's almost impossible to live in this world and not interact with other people, not socialize with other people. And what tends to happen is such people, they become lonely, They become depressed. They have no friends. There are no outlets for them to air out who they are and what they think and how they feel. I liken that, this wrongful thinking, that dread of what if I do something wrong? It is like paying NatWest interest on a loan that you have not taken from them. You have not borrowed money, you have not taken any loan, you don't have a credit card, but every month you go to NatWest and you pay them interest just in case you borrow some money or because you don't want to borrow some money. There is no sense in that. You won't do that in the natural. But when it comes to the issue of shyness, that's what people do, paying interest on a loan that they have not borrowed. The second effect of this wrongful thinking is that the anxiety that is created by this negative and misguided thought will trigger acute self-consciousness. And what that will do, it will perpetuate a cycle of shyness, a cycle of a certain way of behaving that will perpetuate the issue of shyness. And what that will do is it will prevent you from one day facing up to the issue of shyness and destroy its hold completely in your life. So last week we also said there are various types of faulty or negative beliefs. We said there is the negative thoughts. We talked about the belief that it's only one way to socialize. The belief that if you are not amusing or incredibly fascinating, people won't like you. Who said that? Who told you that? Who sold you that bag of lies? The assumption that if others want to talk to me, they'll let me know. Really? It doesn't work that way. Then there is the issue of the me, always everything tendency. The me, always everything tendency. Those are some of the faulty or negative beliefs that we talked about during in the program last week. But today, we're going to focus on having established what being shy is all about. Having also established some of the causes of this disease, for lack of better term. The good news is this, ladies and gentlemen. You and I, we have what it takes to overcome it. You and I, we have what it takes to defeat it, to stop it before it stops us from fulfilling our purpose and reaching our goals in life. We can do something about it. And that is what we'll be looking at today. How to overcome, how to defeat shyness. My prayer and my hope from today's program is that as you practice some of these nuggets that we're going to be sharing tonight, as you put them gradually into practice, as you try them, as you enforce them in your personal life, as you determine to come out of the shell and be all that you are created to be, my prayer is that your story will start to change. In fact, I can almost hand on heart say, if you practice some of these tips that we're sharing tonight, there is no doubt whatsoever in my mind that shyness will be a thing of the past in your life. Having said that, I must let you know, I don't know how old you are today, but irrespective of your age, you didn't start to feel shy yesterday. It has been a long, protracted issue that has followed you all of your life till now. So when you start to implement some of these counter attack against shyness, don't expect it to just go away the next day. Now, for some people, miracles do happen. Bang, and it's gone. But for some others, it will be a continuous, gradual process of never ending, keeping at it, working at it, refuse to give up and refuse to let go of your conviction that you have what it takes to overcome the issue of shyness. And as you do that, when the spirit of shyness realizes that you are not ready to give up, you are not even planning to cave in, he will run. Like the Bible says, when you resist the devil, he will flee from you. So, welcome to all of you that have joined us since we started. Sorry, I was just trying to get the initial part of the, or to lay the foundation to what we're doing tonight. I want to appreciate each and every one of you for being part of this program tonight. And please let me implore you to go and share this program. Click the share button on your screen right now and be a blessing to somebody within your circle of influence. You know somebody that I don't know. You've met people that I probably will never meet. You have contacts that will never meet me or whatsoever, but who can benefit from this program that we're dealing with tonight. When you click that share button, you are giving that person the opportunity to lay hold of what could be the turning point in their lives, especially as this year is coming to an end, so that they can start the new year with a brand new person. I appreciate you for taking the time to do that. God bless you. So quickly, how to overcome shyness. How to overcome being shy, being a person that is shy. The first thing you must know, the first thing to take on board, the first thing to bear in mind is that you must build the foundation to cure shyness. You must make a decision. You must make a quality decision. First, by recognizing that there is this issue in my life. And number two, make a decision to say, so far, no further. The line is drawn here today. You are not going into this next day with me. I am kicking you out of my life. I have had enough of you. Get thee behind me. Shyness from this day. So the first thing you must do is to build the foundation to cure shyness. How do you do that? You start with easy stuff. Easy things. You start with easy stuff of hygiene and well-dressed. Being well-dressed. Now, you may think, whoa, Tunde, wait a minute. What's hygiene and being properly dressed and well-dressed? What has it got to do with being shy? And I'm glad you are asking, because have you heard people, for instance, who will say, when I'm going for an interview, this is the suit that I wear. This is the shirt that I wear. This is the shoe that I wear. This is how I like to make my hair. This is how I like to carry myself. When I am going for an important event, this is the kind of dress I want to wear. And some people will tell you, it's my lucky vest or lucky jacket or lucky suit or whatever you want to call it. The reality is there is no such thing as lucky shirt and lucky jacket and lucky wig and lucky hairstyle. Nothing. The reality is there is a way how that dress, for instance, the way the dress hangs on you, it makes you feel just a little bit taller. It just kind of pushes your confidence level up a notch. It makes you feel like, I am it. It is me. Can you not see me? It just gives you that edge of self, how can I say? You just feel happy. You feel emboldened. You feel confident. You feel strong just by wearing that dress. Just by carrying yourself in that way. Just by looking good. Just by smelling nice. You just want people to compliment that deodorant or that perfume or that whatever it is, cologne that you're wearing. You want people to say, I like the smell of that. When you are well dressed, when you are clean and you are tidy, when you present yourself in a proper way, it takes away the need for you to be overly self-conscious. You see, shy people are already intimidated about social interaction. How would that then be if you then have a shy person who is wearing a suit with a red lipstick mark or oil stain or a rumpled tie or a dress that's not ironed? Immediately, that becomes their center of attraction. That becomes their focal point. Oh, everybody is seeing the stain on my shirt. I can't wear that shirt. I can't go out looking like this. I'd rather just go back home and change. Or I'll just not go out at all. And on and on and on and on and on and it goes. You see, it is easy to dismiss such things as unimportant or superficial. You may say, oh, come on, Tunde, don't. I mean, come on, we all have stains every now and again in our shirt, and we still do what we have to do. Yes, we do. But for a shy person, that alone is enough to stop him or her from social interaction. So the first step, the first thing that you must do in order for you to overcome shyness is to put yourself in a position where you don't have to think about where you are, how you are, and who you are. You just let you go out freely. You carry yourself as a royalty. You walk not with an air of arrogance, but with a spring in your steps that says, it's the whole me that is out today. All of that, it will be possible if and when you are well dressed, if and when you are clean in the way you present yourself. You see, one of the things that's been said is that there is no second chance with first impression. Remember, we did a whole program on first impression some months ago, and if you haven't seen that, if you were not part of it, if you go to my YouTube page, you will find it there. First impression. It takes an average 6 seconds. 6 seconds for people to make their for them to have a first impression of who you are and what you are. And once that is made, unless you have a daily constant contact with that person, it could take them up to 2 years to change that first impression. Even when they now have reasons and proof and concrete evidence to say that first impression is wrong, naturally, people will rather be in the safe zone by deferring back to that first impression. So what we're talking about with regards to setting the foundation for curing shyness, with regards to how you dress and how you look and how you look after yourself, it is critically important. It is very important. So the first step towards curing shyness is look after yourself. Look good. Dress well. Smell nice. Carry yourself with some not self-awareness, but with some confidence. Don't give yourself anything. Don't allow something to take away the edge of who you are when you step out of the house. So that's the first thing you need to do. Build the foundation by looking good, dressing well, good hygiene, and all of that. The second thing that you need to do to overcome shyness is you must develop a right mindset. Develop a right mindset. You remember we said last week that the biggest cause of shyness is how you think. How you think. But when you develop the right mindset, not just about yourself, but about others around you, about your circle of contact and social interactions, when you have the right mindset, you are already on your way to defeating shyness. You see, shy people often assume it's a problem that only a few people have. People who are shy, they just think, oh, it's only me that is shy. It's only me that can't do that. It's only me that can't say that. Okay, maybe me and a few people. But the truth is, a lot of us, at one point or another in our lives, at different places and different environments, we have had to deal with the issue of shyness. If a survey is done right now of all of us on this program, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will go as far as to say 6 or 7 people will confirm that at some point in their lives they were shy. But now they have come to deal with it and overcome it. And it is by developing the right mindset. See, the truth is that most people will experience shyness from time to time. But the understanding that shyness is common, but more importantly, you have all it takes, all the energy, all the power to overcome it, is the key. When you know you can deal with it, it's like going to the supermarket to do your groceries. It is not when you get to the checkout that you start to think, wait a minute, do I have money to pay for this? No, you go into the grocery store with all confidence because you already know your salary has just been paid and you have money in your account. What do? You bounce down the aisle, you pick what you want, you slam it in the trolley, you get to the checkout, you are singing and whistling, and the checkout lady say, oh, have a good day. You say, it's a wonderful day. Why? Because you just know I have the money to pay for everything that's in my trolley. It's the same thing with having a right mindset. People at different times have had to deal with it, but the good news is understanding the fact that you have what it takes to deal with it, to whoop it still and get out of it. That is the biggest mindset that you need to have. You have what it takes. Yes, even you that are watching me right now, you have what it takes to defeat shyness. Number 3. The third way by which you can defeat shyness is for you to build your confidence through mastery. Build your confidence through mastery. What do I mean by that? One of the reasons why people are shy is because they think, I don't know what to say. What if they ask me one question about whatever topic it is, and I don't know what to say? That would be very embarrassing. They will just look at me like I'm an idiot. I don't even know anything. Well, that may be true. But you see, no man has the monopoly over knowledge. Nobody is the fountain, the only fountain where knowledge flows out from. What I don't know, you know. What you don't know, I know. So in order for you to overcome shyness, you can actually develop yourself to master some skills or some subjects or some issues, maybe political, maybe social, maybe economic, maybe governmental, where you are the go-to person as far as that particular skill, that particular subject is concerned. Guess what will happen? You don't need to look for. People will come to talk to you about it because they know you are a master in that field. So the mastery of a skill or of a subject is an indirect way to decrease your social anxiety and to build your confidence. It's an indirect way of decreasing or removing your social anxiety and to build and raise your confident level. You see, usually shyness arises from a sense of not having anything of value to say or add to other people. But if you know that when it comes to, I don't know, say aeroplane, you know everything from the Wright brothers to the one that is yet to be even manufactured. You know how they fly, when they fly, what the size of the wing, the engine size, the capacity, anything to do with aeroplane, you are the encyclopedia. When you find yourself in a gathering of other people, you can always, without being a show-off, always tailor the conversation to that area where you have vast knowledge. Now, don't do it as a show-off, because then people will just walk away from you. But the fact that you are now giving people knowledge, understanding, wisdom into an area that they don't know, they don't have, people look at you differently. They honor you. They respect you. You know why? You are adding value to their lives. When you become an expert in certain area or skill, it helps to quiet the insecurity that is within you, which is the root of shyness. And it makes you feel more sure of yourself when you are interacting with other people. So the third way by which you can defeat shyness is to build your confidence through mastery in a particular subject or in a particular skill. I don't know if this is helping somebody out there, and I hope it is helping somebody, because what we're dealing with here is something that we all, at some point in our lives, we all have to relate to handle, to manage, and to come out of. Another way by which you can defeat shyness is by boosting your resilience. 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we did a 2-week program talking about resilience. Resilience is the ability to face a challenge, a life challenge, come out of it, not just barely making it, but come out of it in glowing colors and make the best of the rest of your life. So by boosting your resilience, you can overcome shyness. How? Most shy people, what they lack is resilience. The ability to face the challenge that is in front of them. Because to them, social interaction is a perceived threat. And all they need to do is to develop the backbone, to develop the resilience, to grow up and stand tall and not allow social threat or perceived social threat to stop them in their way. So by strengthening your overall resilience, you are developing a mental status that you need to bounce back, even if you have embarrassed yourself or you've done something that is become the talk of the town. So what? That's not the end of your life. Get up and get going. The same people that are talking about you today will come back tomorrow to hail you and praise you. So develop your resilience. Refuse to let a situation, a circumstance, an opposition, a challenge, a mountain in your life to determine the rest of your life. It is an event. It is not the sum total of who you are. Get on with it. Get over it. Somebody said to me, the SAS, they have 3 answers to every problem. You go over it, you go around it, or you go through it. Whichever way, you're going to the other side. Another way by which you can defeat shyness is for you to act confidently. Act confidently. Act courageously. Act boldly. Act as if there is nothing to lose. And the truth is, there is nothing to lose. There is nothing to lose. You see, confidence comes through taking an action. Make a decision and take an action. Once you have taken that action, as you are carrying out the action, as you are going through the action that you have decided to take, you are learning on the job. You are gaining experience. You are becoming knowledgeable. You are becoming more experienced. You are becoming more equipped. You are exposing and broadening your horizon as far as that issue and that matter is concerned. So as you take an action and you are learning on the job, what are you doing? In order for you to keep learning, you have to keep practicing what you are learning. You have to keep practicing. You have to keep practicing, and then one day, boom, you are now a master of that particular issue or that skill or that subject. That is how it works. Social confidence is like, I don't know, well, for some of us, where we come from, learning to ride bicycle is something we did on the street, not with our father holding the bike and running around the village trying to help us like we did for our children. But the truth is, when you were learning to ride bicycle, the very first time, to most of us, the dread of how can this metal with two tiny tires, how can it carry me in such a way that I can sit on it and not fall down? Especially when there are no stabilizers on either side that can balance me out. I'm not too sure about this. And do you know that singular fear stopped a lot of people till today from learning how to ride bicycle? But then there are some of us, irrespective of that concern, we still took our money, we went to the bicycle shop, we paid and we rented the bicycle even though we can't ride it, and we were trying, we were falling, we were getting up with bruises, with sore, with pain and everything. We learned how to ride the bicycle. What did we do? We took an action and we continued to learn and practice and then one day, you don't need to put your bicycle against the tree, hold the tree to get on top before you can move away. Now you can just do a leg over and bang, you're on your bicycle. Now you can push your bicycle and as it's going on a very high speed, you jump and you bang, you're sitting on the saddle. All of that comes with taking an action, learning as you go along, continue to practice, and then one day you're a master of it. You see, feeling anxious, feeling threatened, feeling concerned is not the problem. Avoiding social interaction is the problem. The truth is, at some point, like I've said, we were all afraid of something. We were all shy about something, but we did not allow that to stop us from moving forward. Feeling anxious is not the problem. It's natural. But when you allow that anxiousness to now stop you from interacting, from relating, from contacting, from getting close to other people, now there's a problem. Now there's an issue. So eliminate the avoidance of social interaction and you will also overcome your anxiety. Eliminate the avoidance of social interaction so that you can overcome anxiety. So act confidently. That is another way by which you can overcome shyness. How are we doing? We still got 10-15 minutes. Another way by which you can overcome shyness is to make yourself vulnerable. Like I said at the beginning, vulnerability is the price of friendship. Make yourself vulnerable. Being vulnerable requires the willingness to let others see the real you. You see, we are all actors and actresses. We should all be living in Hollywood. I'm sure LA can do with most of all of us. Because we are all actors. We are all pretenders. We are all putting out what we are not, who we are not, how we are not. But when you make yourself vulnerable, you know, the Bible talks about the husband and the wife being naked and unashamed, because that is the height of vulnerability. When you allow yourself to be seen the way you really are, when you are proud of who you are, not arrogant, but you are proud of who you are, when you are being genuine and being vulnerable, the quality that others will appreciate about you will come to the surface. People will not think, people will not consider, people will even be blind to your errors. They will celebrate and validate your effort. They will honor you and respect you. They will appreciate you for being real, for being just what you see is what you get. So another way of overcoming shyness is pay the price of vulnerability. Pay the price of vulnerability. You see, the fear of being judged wrongly contributes to social anxiety and shyness. The fear of being judged wrongly contributes to social anxiety and shyness in a lot of people. And one of the ways to overcome this fear is to make yourself vulnerable. Let me help you with something. Let us assume you actually embarrass yourself. Embarrass the people you are with. Maybe you were just like whatever. Guess what? By this time tomorrow, they'll be talking about something else. By this time tomorrow, they'll be talking about someone else. By this time tomorrow, there'll be another news that will overshadow, overcover, and just knock your news out of the range completely. But what you have gained is that you have broken the yoke. The bondage of shyness is broken. Then tomorrow, you take another step, and another step, and another step, and another step. And then one day, you are now the one helping others to overcome their shyness. The more you make yourself vulnerable, the closer you feel to other people, and the more pleasure and meaning you get out of those relationships. Let me say that again. The more you open up yourself to this idea of being vulnerable, the closer you feel to others, because they are not thinking about who you are. They know exactly who you are. They know exactly what to expect. They know exactly what they will get out of you. They know exactly how you will relate to them, because that's who you are. That is who you are. And so the more you make yourself vulnerable, the closer you get to these people, and the more pleasure and meaning and joy and satisfaction that you will get out of those relationships, and those people will get out of their relationships with you as well. And the feeling, the circle will continue, because now you are feeling good about it. Now you are enjoying the relationship. Guess what will happen? You will increase your social interaction. Your confident level will increase, and you also will beat the daylight out of shyness forever in your life. So make yourself vulnerable. Make yourself vulnerable. Talk to a stranger. Knock on your next door neighbor tomorrow, especially in this season. It's an opportunity. Hey, good morning or good afternoon. My name is Tunde. I live at number, whatever number your house is. I've been here for two years. We've never met. What's your name? How's the family? Now, you could do that and come back into your house and be terrified that what have I done? But guess what? Tomorrow, when that neighbor sees you on the road, say, hi, Tunde, how are you? Now, who is shy now? Nobody. Because you have made yourself vulnerable. Another way by which you can defeat shyness is by being mindful. Being mindful. Now, what does that mean? Mindfulness is simply being aware. Being aware. Being present to all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your sensations, all your memories at any given point in time. Being in the here and now. Being present in the here and now. Being mindful is another way by which you can defeat shyness. You see, when you are fully present in the moment, when you are fully present in the now, when the whole of you is here, right here and now, you will perform better. You will act better. You will talk better. You will relate better. Because what you will do is this. Being mindful, which, like I said, is being here and now, being aware of the immediate situation or position that you are in. When you are mindful, it helps you to be more focused and more. It makes you a better listener. You don't get to miss any facts. You absorb every information. You take in all the things going on around you. It forces you to pay attention to the conversation that is going on around you. This is what that will do. Because you are paying attention, you are able to pick the cue of where this conversation is leading to. That will then help you to prepare yourself so that when you have the opportunity, when your time, when the space is now open for you to contribute to the conversation that is going on, guess what? You were born ready. You flow and people are like, wow. But if you are absent-minded, if you are there but you are not there, if you are there but you are back at work, if you are in the party but half of your head is in the proposal that you haven't finished, then somebody will say something and say, oh, so what do you think, John? And say, what's that? Because you are not being mindful. And when you say, what's that, twice, 3 times, guess what? People won't ask you again. They won't talk to you. They won't relate to you because they say, oh, it's travel. It's not here. And because people are not relating to you, you feel shy. You feel bad. You feel down. You feel, what's the point going out? They're not even going to talk to me. No, they want to talk to you only if you are present in the here and now. So being mindful is another way by which you can defeat shyness, because it will help you to pay attention to what is going on all around you. Another way by which you can defeat shyness is by practicing and displaying confident body language. By practicing and displaying confident body language. Most shy people, when you are talking to them, they have difficulty in looking at you in the eyes. They rather look away, look down, look up, look at their fingers, pick their nails, scratch their heads. They are not, they just don't, their body language is not there. But in order for you to overcome shyness, make a conscious decision to display confident body language techniques or manners. Things like make eye contact. Look at people straight in the eyes when you are talking to them. Don't be talking to them and you are looking that way and you are distracted this way and you are scratching your head this way and you are playing with that. No. Look at people in the eyes. It also shows that you are sincere. It shows that you are sincere. So make eye contact with people when you are talking to them. It's a body language that shows you are confident, you are truthful, you are sincere, you are trustworthy. Another thing you can do is walk about with your head held high. Don't walk about looking down as if you lost your penny. Don't walk about looking as if there's a needle somewhere here, if only I can find it. No. Walk straight. Head held high. Chest out, chest up, and stand straight. Don't walk about bending over as if there's a heavy load on your back that is bowing you over. People like that need prayer and deliverance. Walk straight, walk tall, walk bold, walk confidently. Also, when you are talking to people, now this is something it just really gets me a little bit uncomfortable. When you are talking to somebody and their words are mumbled. No. Open your mouth and say it. Talk clearly. Talk effectively. Talk boldly. Let the words come out of your mouth. Don't keep some of them in your cheek and the rest in your chin and some behind your teeth. And then we have to be wondering, did he say that? Was that what he said? No. But when you talk boldly, when you talk clearly, when you talk effectively, when you talk with clarity, people pay attention. But if your words are mumbled and jumbled and just the syllables are just fighting each other and the words, they don't know whether you are saying or you're singing or you're talking or you're murmuring, it just won't help your confidence level. So when you project your voice, not to shout, I'm not talking about shouting, but you can make your words clear. You can talk clearly and effectively. If you don't know how to do that, go and listen to newscaster, the good ones. Not some of them too, God help them. But some good newscaster, just listen to how they read the news. Very distinct, very clear, very sharp, very effective. That's another way another thing you can do to defeat shyness, because when you are shy, you are reluctant to speak out, to speak clearly. You can't even raise your head. No. Another body language that you can adopt and display is when you shake people's hand. For goodness sake, don't shake hand like... No. Don't squeeze their hand either, but shake firmly. Shake with confidence. Let them feel there's a grip. Even if it's for 1 or 2, 3 seconds, let the person feel somebody is holding my hand. Not like Sissy and wishy-washy handshaking. No. No. Excuse me. Shake somebody with... Let them feel your touch. I don't know what to say. Another body language that you can use to beat shyness is when you are talking to somebody, stay in close proximity of them. They're not going to bite you. Don't talk to them from afar. Stay close. In fact, the only way you can look into people's eyeballs and see them eye to eye is when you are closer to them. Not when you are 5 miles away and doing a Chinese whisper. No. Stay in close proximity to the person you are talking to. As you do that, your ability to communicate, your ability to hold your thoughts, your ability to express yourself and explain yourself and put your point across clearly and effectively will be established. And the more you do that, the more you will enjoy it, because now people want to relate to you, because they know when you talk, they can understand, they can hear you. Quickly, another way by which you can overcome shyness is be curious about others. Like we said at the beginning, part of the symptom of being shy is that you become self-focused and self-centered. But when you take your eyes off yourself and you make it a point of duty to make the other person feel heard, feel connected to or with in the course of your interaction with them, you won't even remember how you are feeling or why you are feeling, because your focus is to make the other person comfortable. Is to make the other person comfortable. Have you seen, for instance, people who stammers when they talk? That same person that is stammering, ask them to sing and they won't stammer. Because now it's not about them talking, it's about them singing, giving pleasure to someone, to somebody else, and suddenly no stuttering, no stammering. People who are shy, who say, oh, I'm a shy person, put that same person in a position to render help to somebody like a stranger, a homeless person, a destitute, or whatever, somebody that can use somebody else's help. Let the shy person be put in a position where they can help that person, and suddenly every element of shyness is gone, because the focus is not on you. The focus is on the other person, and that kills shyness as well as everything else we've talked about. Ladies and gentlemen, I could still continue over and over and still say some more, but in conclusion, in order to overcome shyness, everything I've said can be distilled into: number one, stop thinking about yourself. Number two, realize that people are not thinking or judging you. They are not thinking about you. They are consuming about themselves. They are more interested in themselves than about you. Number three, serve the people you are with at the moment. Concentrate. Be present in the here and now. Number four, edit out completely. Edit out all those negative beliefs, all those negative assumptions, all those negative biases that you have that is causing you to be shy. Clear them out. Sort them out. Get rid of them. Wave them bye-bye. Don't see them no more. Don't call us. We won't be in touch with you either. Kick shyness out of your life and discover the true you that God created. And as you pursue your purpose and your goal in life by practicing some of these things that we have talked about tonight, you will wake up one morning and you won't recognize yourself, because that element that has kept you down, kept you bound, kept you low, and stopped you from fulfilling the joy, the satisfaction of your heart, suddenly that spirit is gone. And now your life has begun. I thank you for this session tonight. I hope and I pray that something that was said tonight has dropped in you and on you, and you can take it and use it to become a better man and a better woman. Remember, we are people of purpose. We have a goal before us. We have a destination to reach. We have an assignment to fulfill here on planet Earth. And there are no better people to do it than you and I. And therefore, we again reaffirm that we will not give up on ourselves and our calling. We will not cave in. We will not back down. We refuse to be anything less than a better man and a better woman. So that when we arrive at our destination, when we arrive at that final point of glory, of wholeness, of total fulfillment, there will be no doubt in our minds. And even the people around us will have no doubt whatsoever that surely, truthfully, honestly speaking, these are better men and better women. I thank you for your time. I appreciate you for being part of today's program. Please, before we sign off, if you have not shared this program, just click that button right now and share it and be a blessing to somebody else. This could be the biggest Christmas gift that you've given, and it will cost you nothing but just a click of a button. So until next week when we meet again, this is Tunde Disu once again saying thank you, God bless you, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week, and Merry Christmas in advance. God bless you. See you next week. Bye-bye.